Students, a very good afternoon to you all. This is your first language English teacher, Miss Mahananda. I will teach you first language English for the academic year 2021-22. Before going to start our portion of this academic year, I want to discuss with you some of the interesting things about English and let us revise the previous knowledge for the preparation of bridge course test. First of all, see about English. According to Christian Kennelly in her book The First Word, today there are about 6,000 languages in the world and half of the world's population speaks only 10 of them. English is the single most dominant of these 10. Interesting, no? One such a writer, her name is Christian Kennelly. She wrote one such a book named The First Word. In her book, what she tells that today there are 6,000 languages in the whole world and half of the world's population will speak only 10. Even also having 6,000 languages, even also only 10 languages are used by the half of the world's population, and among those 10 languages, English is the dominant one language. Isn't it amazing? Then one more question will arise in our mind, that why should we learn the English language? Because we are Indians and Hindi is the national language, and as we all are living in the Karnataka state, so our Karnataka state language is Kannada. Then yes, if we are having our own languages, then why we should learn English language? And the answer is no. English is currently the language of the internet. An estimated of 565 million people use the internet every day, and about 52% of the world's most visited websites are displayed in English. Therefore, learning this language gives access to our half the content of the internet which might not be available otherwise. Whether it is for fun or for work, if you understand English, you will be able to exchange information with more people online and use many more materials. Because why we should learn English? Because most of the population of the world, 52%, visited websites and displayed in English. Which websites they are displaying in the English language only. So that's why this language gives access to our half of the content. And in the internet, in the website, in all these fields, English is only using language. And also otherwise, if we people are not knowing this language, then might not be available otherwise. Then whether it is for fun or for work, if we are understanding this language, then we will be able to exchange our information from one person to another person, or to the more people from online, and use many more materials. As since from 12 to 13, 14 months, as the schools are closed, we people are connecting both with this online only. So that's why English is a very important language which we should have to learn it. And as All the languages are having their own alphabets. English is also having its own alphabets. ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಾಷೆಗಳಿಗೆ ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಯೋಜನೆ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದ ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು ಅಂತದಾವೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಿತವಾದ, ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಿತವಾದಂಥ ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಂಗ್ಲ ಭಾಷೆಗೆ ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳದಾವ. ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಆಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಆಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ವೈಸ್ in the English also alphabets are there, as you already know. There are 26 alphabets. Then what is alphabet? A set of letter or symbol in a fixed order used to represent the basic sounds of a language, in particular the set of letter from A to Z. What is alphabet? Alphabet is nothing but a letter or symbol in a fixed order and in a fixed sound, basic sound, that is called as a alphabet from A to Z. There are 26 alphabets. First, let us know about alphabets. There are 26 alphabets, as we all already know it, and among those 26 alphabets, 5 are vowels, namely A, E, I, O, U, and the remaining are consonants. Let us try to know about vowels and consonants. See, ಆಂಗ್ಲ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ 26 ಆಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಯಾವುದು? ಎ, ಇ, ಐ, ಓ, ಯು. 5 ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು, ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಓವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವರಗಳು. ಇನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದು, ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು? 26 ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಸ್ವರಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಉಳಿತದೆ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಉಳಿತದೆ? 21 ಉಳಿತವ. ಆ 21 ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳನ್ನು, ಆಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಸೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ? ಕಾನ್ಸೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ವ್ಯಂಜನಗಳು, ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಈ ವಾವೆಲ್ಸ್, ಸ್ವರ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನ್ಸೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ವ್ಯಂಜನ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅರೈಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾವೆಲ್? A vowel is a sound that is made by allowing breath to flow out of the mouth without closing any part of the mouth or throat. See, vowel is a sound that is made by allowing breath. Breathe ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಉಸಿರು. Breathe to flow out of the mouth without closing any part of the mouth. ಸ್ವರ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಧ್ವನಿ, ಉಸಿರಿನಿಂದ ಆದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಧ್ವನಿ, ಗಂಟಲಿನಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಬಾಯಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತು ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಧ್ವನಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬಾಯಿಯ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗ ಮುಚ್ಚುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ. ಎ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಯಿಯೊಳಗಿನ ಯಾವ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಯಾವ ಅಂಗನೂ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಟಚ್ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ಭಾಗನೂ ಮುಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ. ಸೀದಾ ಥ್ರೋಟದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಶಬ್ದ. ಎ, ಇ, ಐ, ಓ, ಯು. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ನಂತರ. ಓಕೆ, next question will arise about consonant. What is consonant? Consonant is a sound made with the mouth fairly closed. ಏನು ಕಾನ್ಸೊನೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ? ಇದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಶಬ್ದನೇ. ಮೇಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೌತ್, ಬಾಯಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಂತಹ ಶಬ್ದ, ಉದ್ಭವವಾದಂತಹ ಶಬ್ದ. ಫೇರ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಯಿಯೊಳಗಿನ ಒಂದಾದರೂ ಅಂಗ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹತ್ತಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಯಾವುದು ವ್ಯಂಜನಗಳು ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೊನೆಂಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹತ್ತಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, 21 ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ. ಈಗ ಎ ಸ್ವರ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಬಿ, ಬಿ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಎರಡೂ ತುಟಿಗಳು ಹತ್ಕೊಳ್ತವೆ. ಸಿ, ಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತುದಿ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಕೆಳಗಿನ ಹಲ್ಲುಗಳಿಗೆ ಟಚ್ ಆಗ್ತದ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಡಿ, ಡಿ ಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ತುದಿ ಮೇಲಿನ ಅಂಗಟಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಟಚ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀವು ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಂಥವುಗಳನ್ನು ಅಂದರೆ ಝೆಡ್ ತನೂ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಕೊನೆ ಅಕ್ಷರ ಝೆಡ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಝೆಡ್. ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಕೆಳಗಿನ ಹಲ್ಲುಗಳಿಗೆ ಹತ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. ವಾಯ್ 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 ಝೆಡ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ. ನೋಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲಗಳಿಗೇ ಅಂದರೆ 21 ವ್ಯಂಜನಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪ್ರನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಉಚ್ಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಎಲ್ಲವುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಲ್ಲು, ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಒಂದಿಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ಸ್ಪರ್ಶ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಮುಟ್ಟತ್ತೆ, ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, let us see about some of the interesting things of vowels and consonants. See one example, Mississippi. Look at this word and try to count all the consonants. Mississippi, this is one of the place name, and try to count the consonants which are used in the word. This is very important. These all things will come in your bridge course test. Next, look at the following words. There are 3 words: rabbit, lion and ice cream. In these words, which word starts with vowel? This is the very easy thing you can find out. Next example, pen and dry. Students, in these words, what difference do you observe? Are you thinking? What will be the difference in between the words, 2 words, pen and dry? See, in the word pen, the second letter E is vowel, whereas in the word dry, D-R-Y, dry, all are consonants. Try to give one more example like the above. As like above, I had given one such a word, no, pen and dry. Likewise, you should also try to give one more example. Okay. Now, see more example. One more example. 20 langs. T W Y N D Y L L Y N G S. Yes, 12 alphabets are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 alphabets are there. Surprised, no? Yeah. Why surprised? Because this is the longest consonant word, which means twins. See, in the English language, this is the means 20 langs, which is having a 20 alphabets. No, this is the longest consonant word. No one vowel is used. You can observe, you can check it. No one vowel is used in this word. So that's why it is called as the longest consonant word in the English language. It means the twins. Twins ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಕನ್ನಡದೊಳಗೆ ಅವಳಿ ಜವಳಿ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Next, let us remind parts of speech. As you all know well, there are 8 parts of speech, namely noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction and interjection. I hope that in the last year, I mean 6th standard, you have studied about the parts of speech. Among the 8 parts of speech, here we are discussing about the first 4 only. Remaining 4 we will discuss later. First one is, what is a noun? Noun is name of a person, animal, place, thing or event. And let us observe the following examples. Example 1, Bharat, Rehan, Thomas. These are the names of persons. All are noun. Example 2, dog, cat, fish. These are names of animals. Example 3, name of place. India, Arab, Canada, Vijayapura, like that. Example 4, name of thing. Computer, glass, mat, etc. Example 5. Name of the event. Pratibha Karanji. Pick and speak. Due to COVID-19, since from 12 to 13 months, schools are closed. One such event, that is COVID-19. Okay, these are the events. So all these are the examples for the noun. Next one is, what is a pronoun? Pronoun, P-R-O, it should be in the answer. The spelling is correct. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. It can do all the things that noun can do. Pronoun is nothing but it is a word which takes the place of noun, and also it can do all the things what the noun can do. Let us see some of the examples. I, we, you, he, she, it, they. For example, if I want to give one such an example, it means that yes, Bharat goes to school every day. Next sentence is, he is studying well. See, he is means who here? He means who here? Bharat. Yes, about the Bharat only. This one is telling. It means that this pronoun is telling. Okay. Next, what is a verb? Verb is a word that shows an action or state of action. Verb is a nothing but it shows the action of the noun or pronoun. Noun means here, now only I told you now. What? Yes, Bharat is studying in the, I forgot the example. Bharat is studying in 7th standard. Studying, study, this is the verb. Bharat is studying in the 7th standard. If you are not using here verb, study, leave the study word, then what will be the sentence? Bharat is in the 7th standard. See, like this, if you are not using the proper verb here, then the sentence will become meaningless. Howda? So, hagagi noun ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರನೌನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅದರ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ಅದರ ವರ್ತನೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳುವುದೇ ಯಾವುದು? ವರ್ಬ್. Isn't it? Hage, change, standard, read. There are so many examples. You can also give some more examples. Next, what is adverb? An adverb is a word that describes a verb, an adjective, or even a whole sentence. That is called as an adverb. Adverb is a word that describes a verb. Adverb will describe the verb. See, one example is here. He sings. He sings. How he sings? He sings loudly. He sings slowly. He sings melodiously. He sings badly. Okay. Next, sometimes this adverb will act as an adjective. For example, very tall. How tall she is? She is very tall. How she is? She is very short. She is very fat. He is very thin. Okay, like that. Sometimes the whole sentence will turn into an adjective. As example given here, fortunately I had brought an umbrella. Next and last, children, because we all are facing the pandemic COVID-19, and there are so many appeals from our government and also from our doctors, the well-known persons, that we should have to wear mask, which is very important. So I myself will also request you to wear mask correctly, which will close your nose and mouth both, and sanitize your hands or wash your hands frequently again and again with soap, because sanitizer with the sanitizer a few people are having some problems, so that's why at least we should have to wash our hands again and again with soap. And this thing is very important, maintaining the social distance. So because of this only, since from many months schools are closed, because it will become very difficult to maintain social distance in the public places. So that's why schools are also closed, as you already know. And maintain the social distance, keep the distance from one person to another person. And at last, students, we all know that you all are missing your classes, your benches and your friends. We all know with the teachers, management, your parents, all we know that you people are missing your classes, benches, your friends. But this is the very tough time to all of us to face it with a clever mind. This is one such a tough time for all of us, which we should have to face it with a clever mind. We should not become emotional here and overcome by this pandemic. In the next class, we will discuss about our previous knowledge. Till then, take care of you and your family. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.